The pits are empty here in Valencia. We've had some fantastic racing through all the lower finals. This is it. This is the highlights package of the main final, but to start with, the two semi-finals. In the first semi-final, it's Salon who's starting on the pole position. As they get away, Salon gets a good start. The white car of Rooster gets a great start from third on the grid, tries to get around the outside as they go around the first lap, but can't quite make it. Oh, and there's Carnage behind. Dario gets tagged by one other car, last year's runner. And again, going on to the back straight, Dario getting hit by another car, and that's not looking good for Dario at the moment. And oh, he's spun off as it goes down the back straight for the first time. So last year's runner-up, Dario, is off in the grass on his very first lap. His dad rushing across the track here to try and retrieve his car, but he's already going to be almost a lap behind before we even get started. And you can see the leader's already coming onto the back straight one more time. It's going to be Salon out in front. Rooster is challenging here for second place, and behind that, Verbruge is up there as well. But Salon leads. And a bit later in the race, and this is about halfway through, and Salon makes a big mistake, gets caught with the back marker. He rolls his car over, and that's allowed Rooster through into the lead. Verbruge is in second, and Salon down into the third spot as we're about halfway through this first semi-final. So then, this is later on in the race, and now we've got Verbruge running out of fuel as we get towards the end of the race. Number 5, green and white car, is out of fuel as his mechanic goes and retrieves his car from the track, returns it to the pits, and that's going to put Verbruge out. Despite running in second place, looking to make the main final, he is out. So that's going to allow Martelli up into the fourth spot. So Martelli, from nowhere seemingly, is up into the fourth spot and looking good to make it through into the main final at this late stage of the race. Of course, everyone's trying to save fuel, and that's Salon there, running really slowly at the end of the back straight. He's out of fuel as well. This is the last lap of the race, and he is out of fuel. Has he done enough to get through? Salon in the blue t-shirt just walking off, very upset. You're going to have to wait and see if his time is enough to get him through, even though he didn't complete the last lap. So over to the second semi-final, and it's going to be Arnaldi starting on pole. Him and Bayer get a good start, lead away at the front of the field as there's a bit of bumping and bashing going around at the back, but that just allows that leading pair to get away to a good lead, and they start extending their lead right from the very first lap. And you can see the lead they pulled out already as they go down the back straight for the first time. A little bit later in the first few laps, and so Arnaldi makes a mistake, and that allows Bayer through into the lead. So the pair of them still just about clear of the rest of the field, but Bayer now leading, Arnaldi in second place. And to be honest, that was pretty much how it stayed for the whole race. Bayer extended his lead at the front, Arnaldi stayed in second place, and Martin Lissau was running well, and that's Martin Lissau out of fuel in the final few laps. So Lissau retiring, but no issues for Bayer whatsoever. Bayer was out in front. A very boring, really, second semi-final, I think, and Bayer takes a fairly easy win as Arnaldi comes through, finishing in second place. Feldman was third, Flakowski was fourth, Catalani was fifth, and Salon had done enough in the previous race to make it through, so Salon does make it through to the main final. Therefore, into the main final, and Bayer is going to be starting on pole. Arnaldi is going to be starting second because their semi-final was quite a bit quicker than the previous one. And here we go, off with the start. And they get away cleanly around the first few laps. Bayer leading Arnaldi, and that's Feldman there running in third. The other orange and blue cars, they go down the back straight for the first time. So Bayer and Arnaldi already once again pulling out a gap over the rest of the field. And Arnaldi tags Bayer, but Bayer manages to land back on his wheels, keeps him out in front. But Arnaldi has been given a stop-go penalty for that move there. So Arnaldi is going to pull into the pits, just diving into the pits there, getting caught up by the rest of the traffic out in front, and that's going to give Bayer a nice lead. Feldman is going to be running there in second spot. So as the race settles down, these first two cars, both of them blue and orange confusingly, but they start to pull away a small gap over the rest of the field. It's Flakowski and Catalani racing for second place at the moment, racing for third place at the moment, sorry, as these two cars out in front. They did have a small gap, but they've started to be reeled back in by Flakowski at least as we go further into this race distance. So maybe the two of them battling each other, slowing them down slightly as they come around this tricky Valencia circuit through the S as they go one more time. About 7 minutes in though now, and Martin Bayer starting to extend his lead out in front. We can see a flash of Feldman going through there in the bottom of the picture. The other blue and orange car as Bayer is out in front down the back straight. He's got quite a decent lead. Meanwhile, behind there's going to be a battle for third place between it's going to be Matoli who's racing Flakowski now as he's passed Catalani, and that's allowing Alain Bernard and Audi to close in the background there. You can see that third car in this battle is Alain Bernard and Audi closing in in the fourth car in that battle as Matoli puts it up into two wheels going out onto the back straight. So it's Flakowski and Catalani battling and tagging each other, and that allows Arnaldi to close right in once again. So Arnaldi, who had that penalty, dropped down to 10th place, is now back up racing for 3rd place effectively in the main final. We're approaching about half distance. No changes so far, but look at that. We've got 4 cars now battling for the position as Martelli closes in on this battle for the 3rd place, the final step on the podium. 4 cars at the moment in with a shout of that podium step, but it's going to be well, you can see the gaps on the track there. Really close racing as they go through the S's again. But Martin Bayer is out front. Nice clear track all around him. You can see there's the 2nd place car. Look at the gap he's got over Marcus Feldman. We're probably about halfway through now, getting close to halfway through, and then you've got this battle even further back. So good gaps for the 1st and 2nd place cars, and then you've got this battle here for 3rd place. That battle rages on for most of the race, in fact. And Audi looking away past Falkowski and manages to get just about muscle through as they go across the timing line and then into that pyramid corner in front of the driver's stand. And Arnaldi's not giving up there. He's really on the money now. He's attacking Castellani as they go into the infield section once again. And makes a great pass before they go into the S's that time by. So Arnaldi up into 3rd, but out in front. Well, you can see the gap Martin Bayer's got. He's got a massive lead all around him. No one near him on the track. Everything's staying fairly static at the moment. But towards the end of the race, we've got about 5 minutes to go, and Arnaldi has closed the gap down to Marcus Feldman. So the gap really coming down. You can see the 2 cars in the same shot as they go down the back straightaway. About 5 minutes left of this race, and really putting the pressure onto Feldman as they go back past the driver's stand one more time. And that pressure kept on coming for about, well, another 3 minutes or so, and you can see how close Arnaldi's getting, as we've got 1 car there retiring, running out of fuel with a couple of minutes left in this race. So fuel still being a big factor in this main final, and Feldman and Arnaldi. Feldman has a problem there. Feldman is out of fuel, it looks like. He's pulled off the track onto the grass, and his mechanics rush out to recover the car, but it's all over for him. Arnaldi through into 2nd place as Feldman is out. He's run out of fuel in this main final. And then we can see Arnaldi now through into 2nd place. Quite a bit of a gap going forward to Bayer, so he's wishing Bayer to run out of fuel now, but Bayer said quite confidently before the start of the final he had enough fuel in it. Onto the final lap now for Martin Bayer. This has been an absolute masterclass of large-scale touring car driving from the driver from the Czech Republic, the defending champion, on his final lap. Got a few cars around him, they're all back markers, they are laps down on him, and he's taking it really easy on this last lap, making sure he makes it at least to the finish line with some fuel left in the tank. So he comes through the S's for the last time, approaches the final corner of the race, and Martin Bayer is European champion. He defends his European title. Martin Bayer getting congratulated from all the other drivers up there, and that's going to be Arnaldi congratulating the 2nd place finisher. So some fantastic racing here as Martin Bayer defends his title, and triumphantly he lifts the trophy on the driver's rostrum for all the crowd to see. Martin Bayer defends his title and is the 2012 large-scale touring car champion. Congratulations, a fantastic drive. You made it look easy.
It looked easy, but it wasn't, because after the semi we have no left fuel, so I have to save a lot of fuel during the final. So I was like, no pushing everywhere, just very easy, consistent, and it paid off. So
well, we certainly saw in those last few laps you were going so slowly down the back straight. Were you just willing the car to get to the finish then?
Yeah, I was just checking the gap between me and Arnaldi, and I say why to go faster. I have a lot of gaps, so I just slow down and save the fuel, and finally came to the last lap. And
well done, European champion once again. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Martin Bayer is the EFRA champion for 2012. Alain Bernard finishes 2nd overall. Andrea Catalani finishes in 3rd place. Mathieu Briere finishes 4th. Olivier Sampietro finishes in 5th. Christophe Falkowski finishes in 6th. Guillaume Solan finishes in 7th. Gianmarco Martelli is 8th. Marcus Feldman 9th. And Guido Ruster in 10th place. Let's head over to the press conference.
The final start really difficult because I have been crashed after the start, so I was scared about the car if something happened, but the car felt really good still, so I just continued to concentrate on my racing and till end, and it was good. Before final we have been really scared about the fuel, but after like 2 minutes after the start I started driving like maximum 75% on the throttle and just saving the fuel, and still was very fast, and we saved a lot of fuel, so after the final we had a lot of left, so it was good.
Per me è una gara dura perché
the car was really fast and good, but it's really hard to come back when you have to do a lot of people to pass. So it's hard to back after a stop and go. At the start, he think he can do it, he can come back, but in the half of the final. He take it too hard for the fuel, so it's okay. Yes, it was my first final, so I was a little nervous. A lot of people have problem with fuel, and I was thinking too about that. So in the last minutes I was slowing for the fueling.
Well, congratulations to Martin Bayer, a fantastic final, a brilliant drive for him to defend his European title. That's all from us here in Valencia. Stay tuned to EFRA.ws and rtracing.tv for loads more stuff throughout all the coming weeks from all the European and World Championship events. From us in Valencia, goodbye.